We've added a really great feature to Total Quilter with regards to Appli-Quilt blocks in this latest build, and I wanted to take a second to show you what that is. And basically what we've done is we've added the ability to take an existing embroidery design and attach it to an Appli-Quilt block. And the reason you want to do that is so that when you go to stitch out your Appli-Quilt block, it'll do all the Appli-Quilt block sections, and then it will actually stitch the embroidery design on top once the block is finished. So by containing it into one file, you will not have to load an Appli-Quilt block, do that block, then load another design and stitch that design. Now you can do it all in one file. So to start out, I need to load an Appli-Quilt block. So I'm going to go up to the Appli-Quilt blocks tool and select it. And I'm going to go into the basic blocks, and let's use this basic block 13, which looks like a butterfly. So what I do is decorate the block how I want it, and I can add whatever stitching I want. So I can come up here to the Appli-Quilt object selection tool, and let's say that I just wanted to apply a motif to these different sections. And let me go ahead and do that really quick. And there's other videos that kind of show this. I'm just going to add a more basic option here for this block, and then we'll go from there. So let me add that to it, and let me go ahead and change the color of these lines as well. I did miss one right here, so let me go ahead and convert that. I do apologize. Let's see here. I'm going to go to my binding stitches, and I'm going to come down and I'm going to find that same one and hit apply. So now that I have the motif that I want, I'm going to select one of them and change the color by clicking on the color I want and choosing line path color. And by doing this, it's going to change the color of all of them in the design. I can put in 3D view so you can kind of see what that looks like. But let's say that I wanted to add a little bit more to this design. Let's say that I wanted to add some embellishment to go onto the block at the end. I can come up here to embellishments, and this could be any embroidery design. So this could be a stitch file that you want to add into the design. I'm just going to show you embellishments and loading an embellishment and attaching that to the design. So let's go ahead and let's select this one right here and bring that in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to resize this so that it fits a little bit better inside of the block. Actually, let me go ahead and do two things here. First, I'm going to delete the artwork because I don't need it. It was artwork around the edges. Next, I'm going to select the individual butterflies. I'm going to ungroup it first so I can select an individual one. And I'm going to move this into this location right here and try to center it the best that I can. I'll move this one over onto this side. Kind of center in there. I'll move this butterfly over here and this one down here. So I can arrange these butterflies any way I want. This is just an extra embroidery design. And one of the things that I can do here is I can make sure that I get these two straight by selecting both of them and coming up to here and centering them. So now they're perfectly in line with each other, and I can do the same thing to the others, and I can vertically align those so that they're now straight. And I can select that color sequence and change the color if I'd like. Let's say I wanted to use this lighter shade of blue, and now I have a design on top of the Appli-Quilt block. So when I come over to the sequence view, this is broken up by, you have an Appli-Quilt block, and inside the Appli-Quilt block it'll say what your fills and your lines are. The lines being the motif lines, the fills if you added any stippling on the inside of those artwork shapes for the Appli-Quilt block. And then you have this tab called attached, and right now there's nothing there because I haven't technically attached this design to the block yet. So what I need to do is select all of the items in the design, And when I do that, I can come up here, and this option is highlighted called attach. This is a new icon. This allows you to take a regular part of a design, embroidery design, and attach it to the block. So when I click on this option, you'll notice that now if I come over to the sequence view and click on attach, that I actually have an object located in there. So what it's done is it's attached it to the block, and now when I go to export the block, let me select everything and go to export. But before I do that, I do want to point out you can break it apart. So if you want to detach it from it, let's say you want to do something else, you can detach it before you export it, and then you would just have to reattach it again if you made some changes to it. And then we go to export, and when I go to the export, it's the exact same as if I'm exporting a regular block. I choose the options, the name that I want, demo, let's say, and I have all of these settings, let's say the way that I want. If I go to preview, it's going to show me a preview of the design, and you can see that those stitches are there. This is the same color. These objects are actually there, you just can't see it. It's going to give me a color sequence guide, and then it's going to show me the pieces that are going to be cut for the block. So when I hit export, let me go ahead and export it. It's going to load the folder that it saved it in, and now it's going to have all the stitches that I need for the machine to stitch the entire design in one, and that's contained in this stitches.pes file. So it's really simple, it's really easy to use, it's a very nice feature to have to actually take an existing design and bring it in to an Appli-Quilt block. So hope that you enjoy this feature, and can't wait to see some examples of some of the work that you do with Appli-Quilt.